guys, it's Melanie, and today I have a review for you of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. I have this in the color Light Warm, or I believe it's also called 2.0. That is a pretty good match for me. You do get 0.31 ounces of powder, or 9 grams, which is very similar to what you get with the It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation, which I also just reviewed. If you missed that, I will link it down below. This also comes with this nice little pouch. It seems a little bit unnecessary. I certainly wouldn't travel with this product in this pouch. I guess it's good for like jewelry and stuff, but I mean, if you're looking for a little extra, I guess there you have it. The foundation packaging itself is very nice. It's definitely very sturdy. It does have a vented opening here, and that is for the two-sided sponge. One is like a flocked side, and then there's also one that is more of like a traditional like spongy type of side. And then that obviously rests right here on the vented portion. So I'm just going to stick that back in there. You can see that I have used the sponge. I don't really care for it. I have continued to apply this product with a brush, and that works a little bit better for me personally. The color itself, I feel like, is a pretty good fit for me. They have quite a range of colors. I would say probably the most that I've ever seen in a powder foundation line. So they have everything from extremely fair to pretty dark covered. Like if you're looking for your perfect match, you'll probably find it within this line. So let's kind of talk a little bit about the claims of this powder, and then I'll tell you about my experience with it. So according to the back of the box here, this is supposed to give you a weightless buildable coverage with a luminous demi-matte naked finish. Creamier than traditional powder foundations, this advanced formula blends flawlessly and never gets dry or cakey. Highlighter performing pigments technology provides the perfect level of coverage to even out skin tone, and optical blurring pigments create a soft focused effect. Use this foundation dry for a lighter, more matte effect, or wet for even more perfected skin. So it is dual use there. Either way, it's the ultimate in ultra definition. So they certainly think that this powder foundation is pretty great. I have to say that I am not all that impressed with this product myself. And reason being is that I don't find that this wears well on my skin throughout the day. I noticed that it wants to collect in my forehead lines, and most other powder foundations that I use don't actually do that. So it's a little bit frustrating for me because I find myself having to like kind of get that powder out of the lines on my forehead every couple of hours. I have a pretty expressive face, and so it seems like as soon as I start moving my face around again, the powder just gravitates towards those lines again. So it's a little bit more high maintenance for me to have to like worry about that throughout the day. I also find that the coverage on this is not as good as the coverage that I get from the It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. I feel like this provides a little bit more coverage for my skin. This doesn't do a bad job. It doesn't seem to have enough of the pigment for my taste, if that makes sense, within the powder. Now, I have not used it wet. I don't plan on using it wet because I really don't think that that would make that much of a difference. Plus, I don't think that going over my Miracle Skin Transformer, which is my primer, with a wet sponge would be good for that particular primer that I'm using. I feel like it would just kind of wipe it away in that case, and I love that product. So I this just isn't going to work for me. I got to be honest, you guys. I think that I'm probably going to end up returning this and exchanging it for another one of these. I don't like the way this wears on my skin. It applies just fine. You'll see in the demo that it goes on pretty nicely. I just don't think that it wears well on my skin, I guess is my main beef with this product. I think that if you were somebody who was looking for a powder foundation to add just a slight bit more coverage to your liquid foundation, this might be a good one to use because it'll give you a little bit more coverage. It's not a super matte finish, so if you have a more luminous, dewy type of foundation that you're working with, this wouldn't make it look completely flat or matte. And I feel like that would be a really good use for this product. I don't use liquid foundation, so that's not really something that I can use this for. But I will say what I really appreciate about the Urban Decay one versus the It Cosmetics is that they have a huge range of colors to choose from. I really am impressed with the range of colors. I'm impressed with the packaging. I feel like it's very nice packaging. It's definitely sleek. It's obviously a little bit bigger than the It Cosmetics. It's, I guess, longer, you could say. I don't know, for the price, it just wasn't worth it to me. So I have heard a lot of people say that they do really like this product. So just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you won't. But just from my perspective of having that really kind of oilier skin type and having the forehead wrinkles, expression lines, whatever you want to call them, it just did not work for that. So I'm definitely bummed out because I did really want to like this, but I gotta say, out of the two, I think I'm gonna go with the It Cosmetics here as being the product that is really worth splurging on in terms of a powder foundation. I did have one of my subscribers, Susan, ask me to compare the It Cosmetics to the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and I would say in terms of coverage and the feel of the foundation, the It Cosmetics is very similar to the Laura Geller that way. Laura Geller Balance and Brighten is a product that originally starts out as a cream and they bake it on little terracotta tiles, and that's how it becomes a powder foundation. It's definitely different. It doesn't have that same creamy feel when you're applying it. It is much more like a powdery type of feel, whereas this is almost a little bit creamy when you're applying it, despite it being a full-on powder foundation. Like it's definitely not a cream product. So yeah, overall, I gotta say this is a little bit of a dud for me. I think I'm gonna definitely go exchange it for another one of the It Cosmetics powder foundations and just have that as a backup for when I run out of that. But if you're looking for a powder foundation line that has a good shade range, the Urban Decay is definitely a good one to try. I believe this retails for $36, so a little bit expensive, but who knows? It may totally work for you. Let me know if you have tried this product and if you did have a good experience with it. I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts, and you know, it'd be nice for other people to read in the comments about, you know, other people's experiences with the product besides mine. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the demo, and yeah, enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how the Urban Decay Natural Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation applies on my skin. I already have my Miracle Skin Transformer on my face. I applied that about 5 minutes ago, so that has had a chance to kind of settle and dry a little bit. I love this stuff. I think I need to do a new video on this. I have a few videos talking about it, but I feel like the longer I've used it, and I've used this now for I think close to 2 years, the more I love it. So, and the more benefits I've noticed from it. So I'm going to do an in-depth review on this guy for you very, very soon. But let's go ahead and get started. So again, I am the color Light Warm, which I believe is 2.0. So I'm not going to be using the sponge today. I'm actually going to be using my It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. So I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I will start with this side of my face here. I take most powder foundations right up underneath my eyes. I don't really have an issue with my under eye area looking super dry or crepey, so I feel like this definitely provides a good amount of coverage with just your first application of it, and it's definitely a little bit buildable. So there you go. You can kind of see the coverage. I have a little bit of discoloration right here, so I'm going to just add a little bit more right there. So here is this side without, and then this side with. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side really quickly. I really love this It Cosmetics brush for applying powder foundation. It's amazing. If you guys missed it, I did do the It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation review, and I will link that down below. The thing to remember with powder foundation is you really want to like work it into your skin so that it almost eventually melts into your skin. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Please leave me any questions down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.